been a mighty productive day so far, that's for sure. The new shelves, looking fresh behind the computer there. Just had a detailed look at the new NASA Artemis space launch system in the Milky Way. Brought a whole bunch of sets here. All the space sets up top look pretty sweet there. And then down here, oh my gosh. There's a lot of stuff down there. I'm about to head home because my buddy Kevin, he's meeting me at my house and we're gonna load up some more stuff. Probably some more Lego, but I wanna try and focus on displays. The big bookcases that I have that display all the Lego is sort of a top priority because he's there to help me and it takes two people to lift those out of there. So I wanna try and get some more of those over here today. That would be sweet. Bring in more displays. Yeah, even if I have to like empty the displays there onto the bigger PAX units, which aren't being brought here, like put more Lego on those from the billies that I actually want to bring here, then we can focus on bringing those over here because that should be my top priority. I should go there right now and get a head start, but it's literally like 5 o'clock and I'm like I'm somebody who just despises rush hour. I'm like, no, I don't want to go sit in traffic for 20, 30 minutes longer than I have to. My theory is it's like, okay, well, I can just sit here for an hour, get a bunch of stuff done, or I could, and then drive home in 18 minutes flat, or I could sit in traffic for 40 minutes trying to get home, you know? Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense to drive. But also, it's another very exciting day because or something else that's very exciting about today is the fact that it's Oilers playoffs, game number 2. And after we're done offloading here, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch our first hockey game here at the studio. Now that is exciting. Okay, what I'm gonna do is empty this massive tote of Lego and put it on the ground with the rest. Another successful load. There's Kevin, he helped me out. Woo! Look at his shirt. Look at his shirt. It's not the Oilers. What? Pew, 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 pew. We got the game on upstairs. Oh, he's throwing on the jersey. I didn't bring a jersey. That's a classic one. You know who designed the logo? Is that Draisaitl? Oh, no.
Sebastian Vasilian.
No. That's, you know who designed the logo? Todd McFarlane. The guy who drew Spider-Man. Well, a version of Spider-Man, right?
Right.
Yeah. And Spawn. Look at all the stuff we got here, though. We got 4 big totes full of stuff. That is pretty much like 2 or 3 billies, I think, maybe even 4, because we brought 4 billies as well. Beauty. We'll be able to set those up. Got all the shelves for them, and then all this lumber. I can't even count. I'm too excited for the hockey game. We got 5 totes. There's the 5th. The Oilers lost in overtime. That's unfortunate. The game went until like midnight. How ridiculous is that? These games start so late. The next game starts at 8:30. 3-hour game. It's going to be midnight again. Oh well. So this morning, it's the next day here, and it's been going a little bit slow just because my kids are, well, one of my kids is sick, and so is Jose. So dealing with that and helping with the family here a bunch. But that doesn't mean I wasn't able to load up the van. I actually loaded up the remaining fixtures. Check it out. 2 full shelves, 2 half shelves, the large TV cabinet that we use for dioramas on top, and then 2 of the smaller TV cabinets right there. And then down here, there's still the big like PAX wardrobe units, but like I mentioned in a previous video, I'm just gonna buy new ones just because transporting those up the stairs is impossible, and taking them apart would be a nightmare. They would not go back together the same way, I don't think. So we removed the cabinet that hosted the brickheads. So we just took the displays off, our custom brick-built displays, and we're gonna transport those just as is with the next Lego load. And then all the loose brickheads that sat in front or that weren't actually affixed to the stand are right there, along with a bunch of other stuff that was on those TV cabinets. I still gotta figure out how I'm gonna transport the Star Destroyer. And then we've got some boxes loaded up here with some of the remaining Lego. So the pirate ship's in there. There's Mos Eisley, some of the Harry Potter stuff. And right here, there's the 2 other PAX units which have some more Lego in them as well. But I decided to empty all the track shelving. So all the track shelving all the way along is empty. And then the track shelving over here is pretty much empty as well. So that's good. And this is a lot of the stuff that came off those shelves right down here on the floor. So not too bad. I think with the remaining Lego and these dioramas, I would say 2 more van loads, maybe 3, and then we're good to go. It's all over there. Oh my gosh, remember I used to have the Bricksie sign here, like the custom brick-built Bricksie sign, and we actually screwed plywood to the wall. We use these huge drywall anchors. The state of this wall. Oh, it is rough. There's some big holes. Like, look at this one down here. Use these like steel anchors. Like, I ripped this one out. And I was like, ripped it out, put a big hole in the wall. And then I saw these ones. And I was like, there's no way I'm going to rip these ones out. So I'm going to, like, I guess, cut that with a hacksaw, push it in, and then drywall mud it into the wall. So I got to get some spackle and fix up this wall and then repaint it. Honestly, it'll be easy fix that one. It's just going to take a few coats, that's for sure. But yeah, like, look at this. It's almost empty down here. Couple more loads and then we'll be good to go after we get all those cabinets over there. Oh, and then of course I'll have to do more loads in that van though. But not loads from down here. While I have the van, I may as well go to Home Depot and pick up like all the 2x4s that I need. Because I'm going to need a lot of 2x4s to build the new tables. And then I also need to go to Ikea and get a bunch of cabinetry. Like, we're going to need more cabinets over there. The shelving rooms are way bigger, so I'll have to get the shelves placed and then sort of do a count on how many we need to buy, go over there with the van, buy them all in one shot and bring them over. Just sort of makes sense. My goal, like, I just packed up this Lego room today and there's like a lot of the small little clutter left over, like just miscellaneous stuff like tucked everywhere. And I was telling Jose as I was packing, I was like, you know what, like in the future, this small clutter style stuff has got to go. Like, I'm not going to be collecting that style of small clutter stuff. And if we do have a bunch of small clutter stuff that we no longer want, it's going to be either parted out or given away. Like, we got to get rid of this stuff because it's really cluttering everything and just clogging up the works here. And I just don't need it. I don't want it. I just don't like the way it displays. And I want to try and stick to the really, like, the larger or mid-sized presentable sets and just sort of get rid of the clutter. So yeah, that's going to be my mission moving forward, especially like when we get all set up in the new place there. I just want everything to be really neat and tidy and organized, especially once we get set up and are actually operating over there. I just want it to just be beauty. Like, once everything's set up, I'm gonna have to go through and do like a month of just sorting and cleaning and putting everything where it belongs once we get everything over there. All part of the process. Got the truck all loaded up. The UCS B-Wing is beside me here. And then look who called shotgun. The UCS Imperial Shuttle. So I guess placing these in the shelving rooms will be the official test for the shelving rooms. But I just remembered, I think I have 1, maybe even 2 additional shelves in my garage. And I for sure have to bring those over here. Plus I've got to buy some PAX units and some more cabinets, as I mentioned earlier. But I'm excited about placing these in there and just seeing how they look. So you may as well get to it. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of Lego on the floor, and there's about to be more because I want to unpack all these bins that I brought over as well. Wow. I've come up with a really cool plan for these 2 rooms that's going to accommodate most of this Lego. Now, there's 2 things that I want you to keep in mind as we go over this plan. First off, I want you to not judge my hair today, okay? I went for a little dip and I forgot to wear a hat. I went for a little swim, and after swimming, your hair is an absolute mess, all right? So don't judge me on that. Also, I want you to keep in mind that I use Ikea products. I've been using them for a long time because I think they're easy to assemble. They're relatively affordable, and they just look really good when they display Lego. So when I refer to these IKEA products, I'm going to refer to them as their name. Somebody rattled me the other day for calling a Billy bookcase a Billy bookcase. They said, why don't you just call it a bloody shelf? Well, that's because a lot of people ask me what products I use and what the shelves are. So I'm always going to refer to them by their actual product names, because then that sort of answers people's questions, right? But check it out before you can judge my hair. Judge this. Doesn't that look good? Oh my gosh, I'm grinning ear to ear. So believe it or not, this is all of the Billy bookcases that we had in the basement, but 5 of them are being used upstairs. Remember when I set up this display here? Yeah, I think it looks pretty sweet. So it's just hard to believe that is all of the displays from the Lego room at home. Pretty wild. They just fit in this room. And that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 displays. And then the corner one, or the half bookcase. And then 6 and another half. So 5 upstairs, that's 11 and 2 halves, that's 12. This room consumed them all. Plus, we have the best TV cabinets right down here. So there's 3 of the double ones, and this is sort of what I was thinking here. I put 1, 2, 3, and then you'll see on this side, there's a big hole. So what I want to do is probably get 1 more of those. You're probably wondering why I topped it with this melamine sheet. Well, that's because 2 of them back to back doesn't make up for the width of 1. But I'm thinking if I just get another one there and then I top it with a melamine sheet and I put this nice edging on it, well, then I'm going to create a nice big surface area for maybe some Lego Star Wars UCS sets. And I think that would look amazing. So originally I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm going to put all the Star Wars stuff in this room and make this like a full out Star Wars room. But now I'm thinking, well, maybe this should be a Lego Star Wars UCS display, and then behind that is all of the other Star Wars stuff. So my entire Lego Star Wars collection will be right there in this shot. I think that would be pretty cool. Some of it might leak over into the other shelves that I want to get for this room. So let's go over the shopping list for this room. I want to put 2 PAX wardrobe units. You won't find them in the shelving area in IKEA. They're actually wardrobes. But we get the empty shelves, and then we get the large shelves that fit within them. And I can fit 2 of them, and you'll probably see these 2 shelves on the ground here. So 2 of them would go up against this wall, 1 and 2, and they would come up to there because they're 100 centimeters per shelf, and that is 2 meters where it ends right there. And then there's some leftover space, which I don't mind because that's where my light switch is. Also, it's not going to enclose this room too much. If I went right up to the light switch, it's going to make it a little bit tight going through this doorway here. So I'm happy with that, and the depth of them is approximately the same as those 2 shelves. So I think the PAX wardrobes will work perfect there because we have the depth right there, and it'll sort of just fill in that area perfectly. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Those units are going to start right up against the wall there by the window, and there's going to be 1, 2, and they're going to end right where that cabinet ends. So that's perfect. We got 4 of the large shelving units, which can accommodate the larger sets, such as the Millennium Falcon, Star Destroyer, whatever else needs to be there, Cloud City, the Death Star 2, all those different things. So I'm thinking 4 PAX units there would look killer. Now over here, this isn't complete either. I need to get 1 more of the bookcases for right there, and that's going to fill that wall beautifully. And then I need to get a modified one. I don't know what I'm going to do here because I've got my thermostat there. I should have just got them to move the thermostat. There's 2 ways that I could treat this spot right here that's open. I could just get one of the bookcases, which is shorter, it's about that tall, and just put it there. And then I can have stuff going up, like taller stuff standing there or something. That is a solution. Or I could just buy another one of these, and I could very easily just cut a hole in the back panel and put it right there, and then the, the thermostat will literally be inside the shelf. So there's 2 different ways that I can do that. So that's the shopping list for this room. A modified Billy bookcase, a full bookcase right there, 4 PAX units, one of the Besta TV cabinets, same one of these, and then I need to get a piece of wood cut, and then I need to finish the edging with the melamine strips. And then this room will be pretty much ready to go. Now there is one modification that I want to make to all of my bookshelves. I want to just grab some short screws, whatever it may be, probably 3/4 inch, and hammer them through right there on the top. So I'll line it up, hammer it through, then just put a little white sticker over it, and probably do that on the bottom hole as well. So it squeezes them all together and also secures them so that they don't tip over, because they'll all be screwed together and then that branches out that way. So there'll be no way that you can tip them over. And then that's gonna eliminate this gap and this ugliness. I wanted to do that in the old house and I was just like too lazy to do it and I didn't do it. So I just lived with it. It was definitely like that in the Lego room as well. So yeah, that's everything that I need to get for this room. Pretty wild, and we've got to remember that there's also this room here, and I officially have nothing for this room unless I can somehow make this work in there, because I have no use for this cabinet right now. So, oh my gosh, what's the plan for this room? Well, I put on my thinking cap, and I think I came up with a pretty cool plan. Actually, before we talk about the plan for that room over there, I just want to say one thing as well. I know that getting all of the fixtures right now and loading those rooms full of the fixtures is a little bit overkill. Like, it's definitely extreme, because I don't have enough Lego to fill all of those different displays, and I'm adding more displays because I moved 5 of the displays up here, and the original plan wasn't to have these up here. But with that said, like I mentioned earlier, my goal here today, or my goal here in this studio, is to declutter. And the Lego room was so cluttered, there was so much stuff jammed onto each shelf. I want to make sure that everything is displayed perfectly. So for example, these cars, rather than having 3 on a shelf, I'm only gonna have 2 on a shelf. So the cars are gonna take up more room. And there's lots of examples like that. I just want to sort of spread it out so you can actually see everything and it displays a lot better. Now, another thing that I want to talk about as well, I'm discussing buying all new fixtures to finish these rooms, and I'm planning on doing it with the Ikea stuff that I've been mentioning. I have all of the track shelving at home, and I could use that in the room that we're about to talk about, because it has drywall and it would be fairly easy to install and hit the studs. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the track shelving here. I know I haven't, and I know I invested in it. I don't think I have a use for it in this place. So unfortunately, the track shelving might be wasted, which is sort of unfortunate because I don't really like wasting resources. But I want this place to look beautiful, and I want both shelving rooms to be consistent with the same shelving types. If you think about it, what I could do maybe is I could get away with using the track shelving on this wall right here, because this is going to become some sort of workstation that's going to accommodate like parts and everything that I need to use. So there's going to be like some tables on wheels. And that's what I'm going to use to like float parts down here. So I'll have like a little bit of a parts inventory down here for whatever project I'm working on in the city. So maybe I'll be able to use the track shelving there. But for right now, my plans are not going to include the track shelving. Even though these drywall walls right here and right here and right there would work with the track shelving, I don't think I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to buy all new fixtures. So here's the scoop. So the calculations were actually fairly easy to do because, well, this wall right here is the same size as the wall on the other side. And same with that one. And technically, this wall right here, going all the way around up to the windows, is the same size as that wall. So it's fairly easy to calculate. What we're going to do is we're going to put the Billy bookcases there. they're going to go all the way here. There's going to be a corner one, all the way here, another corner one, and then all the way here. That's going to be all of that style of shelf. They're going to wrap right around. And then I'm going to take 2 of the wardrobe units and I'm going to put them right here. So we're going to have 2 additional PAX wardrobe units that will go right there. In the other Lego room, we had a total of 3, and when this is all fully furnished with fixtures, we will have a total of 6. So we are doubling the amount of PAX units, which is good because Lego keeps coming out with larger sets and they don't fit on these ones. So I'm glad that I'm sort of future-proofing for the larger sets. So what are the numbers? This wall right here is going to have 6 of the Billy bookcases and then a corner. And this wall right here is going to have 3 and then another corner, and it actually works out perfectly. And then this wall is going to have 2. You could fit, or I could fit, sorry, another half Billy bookcase right there, but I think I'm just going to leave that out of the equation because I want it to be inset from the doorway so that these doorways have a gap on either side. It's not sort of boxed in with shelving because once again, the PAX units only go up to the shelves right there. So it's going to leave a square that's open right there, and there's going to be the same square on that side that's open as well. So then when you come through this doorway, it's going to feel a little bit more open because the shelving units don't start till there, and on the opposite side, right there, and right there. So it sort of keeps the entrance open. So in total, this is what I need. The big room, 4 PAX units, 1 Billy, 1 modified Billy, 1 best. Out of the small room, 2 PAX units, 11 Billies, and 2 half Billies. That is my IKEA shopping list. Pretty crazy. In addition to that, I need to get some more Alex units for upstairs and also some more Adil's legs, but the Alex units will probably replace the need for Adil's legs. So yeah, the shopping list is pretty big. It's pretty wild. So 12 Billies, they're about $90 each, so there's $1,000. So it's probably like $2,000.
Here we go. I added it all to a cart. I forgot that I need to get the corner Billy hardware. There's the bookcases, 11 of those, $990. I also need to get the shelves for the PAX wardrobe units. They don't come with shelves. I'm getting 6 wardrobe units, 3 shelves per each. It's another $360 just for the shelves. Then we've got the half Billy bookcase that's going to go underneath the thermostat there. I think that's just going to make sense. Also, the PAX wardrobes, 6 of those, $1,020, 170 Canadian dollars each. Then the corner Billies there, like the narrow ones, $140. There's 2 of those. And then also the best bench. So that is a pretty big shopping list. Believe it or not, delivery is only $59, which is a no-brainer. In my opinion, picking up all that stuff would be a nightmare and pretty much impossible to transport. So for $59, you got to do it. Grand total after tax, $2,734. Ouch.
And I do not look forward to the day of building all that stuff, but it is what it is. I think it's going to be spectacular. Am I going to offload these bins today? No, I'm not, because I actually have to go pick up a kid's play table. Jose scouted one out on Facebook. She found a nice plastic Fisher-Price play table for outside or whatever. I don't know. I gotta go pick it up at 8 o'clock, and it's already 7:30. So I've got to get going. I don't want to be late for that. That's really about it. That's the plans. I'm glad that I was able to bring in the shelving units, and I want to go to IKEA ASAP. Like maybe I'll go there tomorrow. Maybe that's the priority over bringing all that Lego. I got to decide if I want to bring the Lego over or if I just go get the shelving and build all the shelving. I don't know. It's all going to happen within the next couple days here. Well, the next week, I would say. Also, I got to go get all the 2x4s for the tables. Because we're pretty much at that point. It's time to start building shelving and time to start building tables, which is pretty wild to think. Yeah, and then once all that's done, then we can get back to, and then once everything's placed on the shelves and everything's roughly placed back on the city tables, well, then I can get back to Lego building. Finally. It's awesome. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff coming out in the very near future. Farewell.